Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is just a short how-to video of how I clean and section a whole chicken. Some of the stuff that I'll be using are white vinegar. If you have lemons, limes, or oranges, you can use them, whichever is convenient for you. Next, I have a big knife and a small knife and my cutting board. So I personally normally start from the wings, from sectioning the wings, and then I move my way down. So the first thing that you want to do is to get your wings all stretched out. Sometimes what I try to do is to get it as far back as I can, because sometimes the wing part here is a bit stiff, so you want to loosen up that joint right here. With a small knife, you're gonna ensure that you cut under here, and you're gonna cut up under to ensure that you get the joints that are located right here under the arm part. So you want to start from right here, and there you go, easy breezy like Sunday morning. Then you get your other side. Remember, you go underneath the arms and go up. There you go, nice and clean. What I do next is the legs and the thigh. This skin right here, I cut it right there, and then you cut right here just to get that out of the way. It has a little skin that sections right here between the breast and the thigh. You want to cut open that as well. Between the breast and the leg quarters, there's a small joint right here. Still using your small knife, you're gonna cut it right there, and then you get it right there and get the joint. The joint is right there. There you have it. Then you're gonna get rid of that part. We're gonna bring our cutting board into play, and her bigger knife. Don't mind the mess, we're gonna clean it up after. This part right here, you're gonna cut it off too. This is the tail part. You wanna cut it off. Then you're gonna get your chicken. Between the two thighs, there is a bone right here. Back in Jamaica, we call this part the chicken back. But yeah, we're gonna get it right there so we can center it. We're gonna use our big knife, and we're gonna cut all the way down. And then see, you get nice leg quarters. Don't mind these stuff. The vinegar is gonna get rid of all of those stuff. And then for the leg, there's a joint right here between the leg and the thighs. So this is for when you want to get your drumstick. So it's right here, right there. Just get the line that comes across right here. You want to stretch it out like that, and there it is. Nice clean section. And we're gonna put that right there, and we're gonna get the next part. To make things a bit easier, what you can do is to get your small knife. That's if you don't need any of these skin, because it depends on what you're doing. You might need to still have the skin on it. If not, and you just want to practice, you want to cut off the skin right here. Cut it off and clear it right there, and then you'll be able to see the joint. It's right there, right there. Oh, let's use the bigger knife, and we're gonna cut it right there. See, nice clean joints. For the breast, we have this little rib part and the neck right here. So I normally cut along the line here. I rather using the smaller knife so you can get a cleaner cut. And then we have a little joint that's right between the breast and this part. So you get a clean cut right there. And then you're gonna do the next side. There's also a joint around here too that you wanna get that joint as well. You can cut it from the top or here. Let me do it here because it makes it a bit easier for people that are not so experienced as I am. So we're gonna put these aside. So here you have the thighs and your drumstick. What I'm going to do now, I'm gonna clean up my thighs, and this is how I personally clean up my thighs. You don't have to do it, it's optional, but it's just something that I personally like to do. As my friend would say, I'm extra with everything that I do. So because I'm not gonna be needing the skin, because this is something that I'm gonna use for a project, so stay tuned for that as well. We're gonna take off the skin using the smaller knife. Cut. Then we have some extra skin right here. I normally get rid of them. Oh, and another thing that I normally use also is a little dish with a little bag to put the unwanted skins and fat that we're gonna rid of later. Alright. So you're gonna cut off all of these parts. These gooey stuff. Try to get them off as well. Get rid of all those gooey stuff. Alright, so me personally, I don't like to, when I eat out, I don't like to buy the thigh. Reason being, there's a fat right here, a piece of fatty thing. I hate tasting that in my thigh or in my chicken. So I clean those out. And trust me, this is, my friend is telling me that I'm extra. And all these fats, a lot of times people don't have the time to clean all these stuff, but trust me, I have all the time in the world. Every time this is the process to get rid of all these gooey stuff, all those gooey stuff. Get them over there. Another place there is a fat that I don't like as well. It's right in here. Here it is. Take it out. I know it's a lot of work, but it's just something that I personally like to do. If you don't have the time, you don't have to do all this. You can just clean up in all these spaces. I try to clean them out as well. Yeah, clean out all them stuff there. Yep. This is just me and my way of cleaning up an entire chicken. Yes, I get all the fats as much as possible as I can get rid of. And I get rid of these as well. Yep. Then I get rid of these. These parts. There you have it, all cleaned up. This part of on the leg, I hate these parts. What I normally do, I'll just get a small cup with water and put it in the microwave for like 3 minutes, tap it in there, and then it will just fall off. But we're not gonna do that right now. Then back to the breast. As I said, if you need the skin on, because certain stuff that you're doing, you're gonna need the skin to be on, like frying, like French frying, probably other smaller stuff. But this chicken, we're not gonna use that for any of those stuff. We're gonna get rid of the fat. There's some fat right here that we try to clean out as well. chicken. There's also some fat on the side that I get rid of too, on both sides. And with a smaller knife, what I normally do now is to line it up right in the middle here in the center. And cut it. And then with a bigger knife, because the bigger knife puts more pressure, and you have to make sure that your knife is sharp. Just tap it a little bit, and like while you're tapping, you're opening it. Then you put it down, put a little pressure on it, chop. There you go, 2 halves. Yeah. For my breast, I normally try to get it in 4 pieces. My cutting board is not working with me today. There you go. Right there. Right there. There you go. Nice and clean. Okay, so we're going back to the wings with a smaller knife. And again, this is something that I personally do with my wings. You don't have to do it. It's not necessary. But for me it is. Cut off that piece of fat right there. And then this extra toes, the extra chicken toes, a lot of people don't know it's a toe. I don't like it, it's gross. I cut off the tip of the wings too. Something that I personally do. You don't have to do it. And there you have it. Yeah, we're gonna get and if you don't have time to put this in the hot water, normally try to scrape it off. So I scrape it with a knife and it come off. But if you don't have time and you want to get it off in one go, you just get the hot water. Water takes it off perfect. The rib part here, this part is nice and fine. Get off the fatty part right there. It's nice for some good old Jamaican pumpkin soup as well. Sometimes there's some stuff inside this part right here, you want to clean them out as well. This one doesn't have much. To the sides here, there's some little stuff there as well. I try to clean them up. And some fat between the neck part right there. So now we're gonna get some water to wash the meat. Some people don't believe in washing chicken, but not me, not us Jamaicans. That meat gotta get washed. Just gotta ensure that when you wash, you always use bleach. There I have my bleach. I'm not sure if you guys can see. So I bleach down the sink area once I'm finished cleaning up and everything, and I try to have everything in place prior to cleaning up the meat, because you don't want to be all over the place with the bacteria from the chicken. pour off the first set of water so that you can get some vinegar on there. And remember, if you don't have vinegar, you can use lemons, limes, or sour oranges. I personally prefer sour oranges. So I like to don't mind me touching the butter because everything is gonna get bleached down after I'm through. I throw a bit in a little water and the vinegar when it's more potent. If you're gonna fry these, how you're gonna pre-season them, what I normally like to do is to puncture the chicken, like with a smaller knife. I puncture them so that whatever seasoning I'm using on them will soak into the chicken overnight. And sometimes what I'll do as well is to leave them in some salt water. I use sea salt and put it to soak for like 10 minutes, 10-20 minutes or half an hour, and then I wash the meat again. Breast and the thighs that we do, and the legs that we puncture. You don't want to puncture it too much either, to prevent oil from soaking into the meat. Get the idea, or the bigger picture. Then we're gonna wash it off again. And wash it with some fresh water, because we don't need too much of the vinegar on there. Alright, so we have it here. All our chickens are well sectioned, properly cleaned. There you go. And another tip, when I'm seasoning, I try to get the seasoning in these places. Yes. So I want to thank you all for watching, and please subscribe, share, comment, like, and y'all can follow my Instagram page. It's Ari Plates on Instagram. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment below. Thank you again. Bye.